Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday morning. Anyways, good morning, 810 News Group and family and friends. And I want to say good morning to Mickey Jordan. And Nikki, if she out there watching, I want you to get better. That's Mickey's better as Mickey and Nikki. So, Mickey, how are you this morning?
Oh, I can't complain.
You can't complain. We're a little late. This was not Tonya Burns. We had some technical difficulty, but we're good now. We are good. It is Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day out there today. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. As long as it's not snowing, I am good. So if you are on, if you could click like, share, and subscribe. If you could click like, share, and subscribe to everyone who is actually on here. State in the comments where you are from. If you are out of town, to the Flint family, good morning. Mickey, I need some theme music. We keep talking about this.
We gonna get to it. We're gonna figure it out. We got to get to some good theme music, almost shady theme music.
Almost shady.
Yeah.
I want some theme music. I want some theme music. So, anyways, we're gonna talk about a lot. A lot has happened this past week, and there's a lot going on in the city of Flint and actually across the country. I think for the first time I was able to catch up on some CNN. I'll never get a chance to catch up on CNN, but I think CNN was watching me actually. They were watching me. So there's a lot going on in the world, I would say. We need to make sure that we are conscious and we all play a pivotal part and pivotal role in changing our community and getting involved. Mickey, I know I had put up there for you first to put up for Black History Month, but look in the scroll. I want to talk about voting. We are going to February 21st in the city of Flint, and you'll see like a little flyer.
Okay, hold on. You said in the scroll?
Yep. And it should say voting.
All right, let me go over here and look for it.
And so if you have not, you can register to vote same day in the city of Flint. You just have to go down to the clerk's office, have your proper ID, and you can same day register and same day vote. When people say my voice doesn't matter, it absolutely does matter. Because if it didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying so hard to take away your right to vote. Voting begins on February the 21st. Early voting begins at City Hall. You can go to City Hall between the hours of 9 to 5 a.m.
Gotcha.
Monday through Friday to vote. Did you find it yet, Mickey? There we go. So Flint early voting begins February the 21st. Where City Hall, 3rd floor. It is in the council chambers. If you have not received your voter ID cards, and listen, y'all, you probably haven't. Please give our city clerk some grace because there are a lot of things that she's had to change and work on. Miss Inez Brown served her community faithfully for 30 years. And now we're into a new era with Davina as she has been doing upgrades and been in that position maybe just over a year. I don't know her exact date, but it has not been a long time. It's like we're taking 1964 into 2024. So give her some grace. If your voting card has not come, because the precincts are shrinking, we're going from 54 down to 29 precincts. So some precincts will change. So what you need, if you have a question, call the Flint City Clerk's office. The voting cards, I am told, maybe you may not get them to show your precinct before it's time to vote. So if you have any questions, call the Flint City Clerk's office and ask, where is it that I go to vote for my precinct? Because some are going to change. But you can early vote. You can go down to Flint City Hall. You can go to the 3rd floor and you can vote. Early voting, you can vote 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Now, when you come into Flint City Hall, it used to be when I was a little girl, Mickey, and I don't know if did you ever go into to City Hall and you could buy from the snack shop there?
Mm-mm.
That it was a blind man. that worked there. And
Mm.
my dad taking us in there because he would pay. You go in there to pay your bills. Folks used to go pay your bills, wasn't no online bill stuff. And the
Right.
and he was blind. He could feel the money to tell what you were paying.
Mm.
That is, So that booth, Paul, who does our video, he had been doing the snack shop that was there. It is being removed, so it's no longer there anymore. So this it's been removed, and so they are doing renovations not only in the lobby of Flint City Hall, but also the cafeteria, which has been closed, I think, since emergency management. They are renovating and painting that. So early voting, February 21st. You can go to the third floor. You can early vote 9 to 5. If you have a question about what precinct you are in, all you have to do is call the Flint City Clerk's office, and they will let you know. So, he actually, how did I get in? Oh, Lord. Okay. So, listen, it is Black History Month. Black History Month. It is not Black History Week. Black History Month. So can you put up the banner, please? So celebrating Black History Month and all who have contributed to Black history, the different colors that we are and the different shades that we are to be celebrated in our melanated skin, because we are our colors vary, and in all of our rich history that we have. So happy Black History Month. I place on my Facebook page a Black History fact every single day. And I've always done that. As my kids have gotten older, we used to actually, when they were little kids, their friends would come over to the house and we would do Black History, like we do like a weekend of things. But I actually celebrate Black History every single day, and officially from the point of Dr. King's birthday. And then I just go forward. So anyways, happy Black History Month. And I want people to know, if you were in Flint City Council meeting, Black History Month has not been reduced to a week. It has not been reduced to a week. Unlike someone who was misinformed, who wanted to tell me about race and telling me how to be Black. I'm sorry. He didn't say I was Black. He said I was orange and that I wasn't Black. So celebrating, like I said, Black History Month. So, Mickey, there's a lot of things to cover. There's a lot of things to cover today. So I'm gonna go over some things. Y'all, you gotta get into these agendas. Get into the agendas. And I want to say this. I want to send a thank you out to so much happens at Flint City Council where people's families have been getting drugged into garbage. I'm going to say a big shout out to my family for coming and saying and supporting. Those were the calm ones who came to let them know, hey, we support her, we love her, and y'all not going to keep coming for her. You're not going to, and coming for the other family members. I appreciate my family coming and supporting me. I truly do, because the truth is coming out. People can sit in their lies, and a truth doesn't change, but a lie will constantly change because you can't keep up with it. And my family came, and some of the things I may have wanted to say, I could not say, but I appreciate them doing that and supporting me and saying, you know what, we can't believe, we don't believe her anymore. We see her path. We see how she is. We see it. So, Mickey, I'm not even in the comments. So where folks coming from before we get to the golf course?
I got you.
So, because normally Mickey put it up on the scroll.
You know what? I was gonna have it on the scroll. Hold on, we got some coming from Carla from South Carolina, Columbia,
South Carolina. Good morning, Carla.
We got Jeff Johnson.
Good morning, Jeff from the ATL. We are Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hey, Frederick Air Fryer King. That was that power of just oil and hair. Now, Wendy's was talking about Just Oil and Hair Body. I need to check out the products. And
Dayton,
see
Ohio.
Is it Dayton, Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because she said she had gotten some products. I don't know what type of products that they have, because usually when I'm trying to listen to the bump in the morning, I'm actually doing them. I'm kind of like cheating, watching it, trying to multitask and watch. So good morning, Just Oil and Hair Body Solutions. Who else we got up in here? Jessica Stewart. Good morning. Look, I like she left
from Cali.
I know. Good morning, Jessica. Jessica's when I do hear her when she called in. She's a very articulate speaker and very well thought out. And I don't know what Jessica do for a living. It almost made me think she worked for the government. Good morning, Avis. Good morning, Miss Ray and the family, and Mickey Jordan from the 305. Now you know what? I could use some of that Miami sun. You know, I could use some of that. I could use it. Good morning, Salty Chef. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy Saturday, Mickey, and love from Canada. What part of Canada are you from, Salty Chef? Saskatchewan. What is that near Ontario? Is it near Toronto? What is it near? Because I've been to Ontario, been to Toronto a few times. I don't know where Saskatchewan is at. I do not know, but I would like to know. And if you can put in the comments what it's near. Is it near Washington? Because Canada is just above the U.S. Put in there so we know where it's at. Meat Freaks Barbecue. Good morning. Oh, what's that? Palatka? Pawtucket,
Florida, in the building.
Pawtucket, Florida. Okay. I done messed up, Mickey. I done made the screen big, and Lord knows I didn't want to do that. But don't trust me with technology at all. Good morning from Bethesda, Maryland. See, I know they didn't have to put Maryland. I know where that's from. Good morning, Aunt. I knew that one. I knew that. I would be in Maryland, and my sister gonna kill me. I'm supposed to be going to Maryland. I didn't change that like 3 times, and I have got to get out there. One, because I'm going for a violence interrupter program, because Maryland has got a comprehensive violence interrupter program that I want to go see and bring something back good to Flint, unlike going to Dubuque, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real one. Good morning, Bishop T. Flowers. He's from Compton, right?
Yes, ma'am. Compton, California.
Good morning, Bishop. Good morning, Taz, Montana. Happy Saturday, Councilwoman Burns and Mickey. And I could not do this without Mickey. Good morning, Savon Perry, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis get a lot of snow.
Yes.
Good morning, Christopher Sims from Arkansas, or what did you say, Arkansas or Arkansas? Good morning. Lady Tucker is from the D. She's from Detroit. Because we know what the D is. That's where my daughter lives. And that's where all 3 of my kids spend their time on every weekend. Good morning, Winter's Hall. Did y'all see Winter's hair yesterday? Her hair was so pretty. I mean, it's always pretty, but she just glowed yesterday. She glowed. Good morning, Deborah Overman Loon. Deborah Overman Loon always puts something positive in the chats, in whatever chat. And she used to always put positive things into Uncensored. And she really offset that algorithm by putting something positive. Lord knows it needed it. Flint Caskers, good morning. Good morning. And Flint Caskers, I believe, is going to be on. Winters is doing a special with them. And Brianna's Busted Ben Shots. Good morning from Mesquite, Texas, checking in. Now, what is Mesquite, Texas from? Near? People have to put in, because some of these things we don't know about it. Go back one. Auntie M from the ATL, Atlanta. Brianna's good morning from Mesquite. Where is Mesquite, Texas from? That's that. I see a lot of this stuff. You don't know, because they may be small towns. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I want to tell everybody, if you don't have your city out there, look, we love you and we appreciate you. Good morning from NOLA. What is NOLA?
New Orleans.
No.
You didn't know that, the NOLA?
No.
Boom.
No.
I'm gonna have to do the boom.
You can always learn something. I just learned something new.
I did not know that.
I did not know that. I know it's New Orleans, but I never heard it say NOLA. Good morning from Cleveland. Good morning, Will Warren.
I can't believe you didn't know NOLA.
No, I didn't know that, Nikki. I didn't know it. My godmother was from New Orleans, and I never heard her say Nola. God rest her soul. Good morning, Eddie Gray. 704 Charlotte, bound in the building. Keep pounding. Hashtag black and beautiful. That's what I'm saying. Say it proud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Y'all know we messed up. Flint messed up Black History Month this year.
How we mess up Black History Month?
Flint messed it up. I'm gonna stick to that. We're gonna start March. I know it's Women Month, but we gotta throw Black History Month in that though. We gotta do it again.
Okay, what did we do? What did we do wrong?
What we didn't do. Did you watch the Monique show on Club Shay Shay?
No, by the time I finished with counsel, good morning, Edward Jackson from Dallas. I can't handle too much more. After Cat Williams went on and spilled the beans, and I haven't watched all of Cat Williams. I just haven't. I watched a little bit of the Monique stuff. Good morning, Damien from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's Mardi Gras. It is. Good morning, YOLO Media from Jackson, Mississippi. Okay, which part of because now Cat Williams and Monique are going to be together.
Oh, she's going on
Canadian Rocky Mountains, he said. Okay. We have a lot of chalets.
What's messing me up is that, and I'm just being honest, was really killing me. A lot of these people that we looked up to, you find it out because she wasn't nice to Oprah. She wouldn't. I mean, it's just she put out truth. She wasn't nice to Tyler Perry, and we thinking, this is one of ours, and she got recording of Tyler Perry.
Now I did hear that recording.
Yeah, so she, him putting and it's saying like to me, it's like when you put up the crabs in the barrel in the bucket. Right. Because how could you do these people like this? When Monique was hollering it, remember she was hollering this some years ago.
She's been saying it for a long time.
Cat set the internet on fire starting 2024.
He broke the internet.
That's what I'm saying. And the things that we hearing, and it's just like, wow.
And I guess what we have to remember too is that these people are normal, they're human, and they lead normal lives too. They lead normal lives. And they play characters on TV. They're not real. And that when they're up there for a concert or whether it be a comedian or music or whatever, they're performing. But in their real lives, I mean, people have their real lives, and people will, you look at these people, because they are celebrities. And I think Cat Williams really brought it down to, it's real. He's always been real to himself, and a lot of people aren't. And so I think Cat Williams just takes ownership of who he is. Right. And you like it or lump it, he is who he is, and you have to respect that. And whatever he went through, he ain't trying to impress nobody. He is himself, and he is for himself. He is not sold out. Just like he said, they want to see a black man in a dress, and we have to stop and think because, comedy does not always have to be funny to where you have to put a black man in a dress. Who, if the black man, if that's your thing, but why is that this industry is saying, we want to, I don't say dehumanize you, but we want to put you at the level we can deal with you by putting you in a dress, and the only way for you to be funny is to be in a dress. That's just simply not true.
Right.
And for those who, if you want to do it and your comedy is like that, that's fine, but it shouldn't be a part of what you have to do. And it is a lot going out, that you hear that they're saying, what you have to do, the casting couch is very real. And we listening to this, but before it's just like rumors, but right. Now they talking about it.
And if you remember, not to cut you off right quick, what you didn't hear, none of them came out and said he was a liar.
No, they didn't. They didn't. And the part that we have to, like I said, these people play roles and they in it for the money. It'll just show you with some people in the length that they will go through to get the check, to get the money, or to get the fame and the fortune. And I guess it would be, some people are for sale. Some people are, and they got a price tag. You look at Jada and Will Smith. That was just so disappointing because people thought, okay, Will was a rapper, he was an actor, And they portrayed themselves with this perfect marriage, and then they did not. They said she messed around with the son's friend that used to be at their house, and then the entanglement. We don't need to hear y'all private life like that. That's y'all messy over there. Keep that over there. Look, we'll put out a record, or we put out a movie. Let us enjoy the character. We didn't need to be in a private life. Some things they need to keep private. And I think for her, it's like she emasculated him. And I don't think she'll ever see what she's done to him as we see him anymore, because we don't. I mean, they took a black man, or she did, and made him look, like he was a weak person, and she controlled him. I didn't like that, because we have a problem with, black men leading their households, that generally, families, we talk about divorce, that black women are generally raising majority of raising their single family households, and that black men, black women are the most disrespected. But then the second I would say is the black man and what they have went through. And I just didn't like I didn't like that little red table stuff. That wasn't necessary. She shouldn't have done her husband like that, nor the father of her children like that. You can hate him or dislike him or whatever. We need to hear all that mess. It proved to be, it did not help. It didn't help.
No, I'm just happy that from a woman perspective, I'm gonna put up with Jessica. I like what you said, like she emasculated him on TV. And that, because the brothers was going at him. Let me just be honest. We was calling him a sucker. That was because I wouldn't have went on there and took an entanglement. That's a new word. No, that was cheating.
And then it was messy. And then she was messy. Yeah. So how long was you looking at this little bitty boy growing up thinking, I want to get with him? I mean, some things are just, as a mom, my kids' friends, when you see them growing up and then they get into a man, at what point do you say, oh, you sexy to me? That's nasty. Because you feel, I'm saying how I feel. Those kids are like my kids, and my kids' friends were never able to call me by my first name. Why? Because I am not their friend, okay? You put a handle on my name. You don't be like, but hey, Tonya, who is you talking to? Not who are you? Who is you talking to? You put a handle on my name. Now, some of my kids' friends, because it's a cultural thing to where some of the kids would call their parents by their first names. Hey, Lee. No, but they quickly understood. If you at my house, you eat the same food that everybody eat. That's what we do. You do not call me by my first name. I'm not your friend. No. Yeah. Little child, we are not on the same level. Not ever. But I don't know. I think that in the wake of, social media and everything is out there, too much is out there. Yeah. Too much. And we have to be conscious that cameras are everywhere. And people will take back, your videos and play it back on you. So whatever you do, like Cat Williams, you got to be able to own it. If you say it, you got to be able to own it later. That's just, I would say, was it like a golden rule?
Yeah.
You got to be able to. So, well, Mickey, I don't know how we got down this road. And
I already got the assist for you. Just let me know when you want me to put it up.
I don't know how, but I think this is good dialogue that we have. And I do want to talk about too, as we move together, as a country, people will race. We growing up, in the 70s for me, the thing was, hey, I'm Black and I'm proud. And you had Dr. King, Malcolm X, you had a lot of, we didn't know as much about our history because it wasn't taught to us like that in school. It wasn't. So when we come into Black History Month, why I'm making a point of putting up Black history facts and people, because there's so many things to be celebrated that Black people have done, that our patents were stolen, our ideas were stolen. There was so much that was lost because we have a rich history. And a lot of people, if you worked in the plants or the shops, the plants, General Motors, I know my grandfather, my stepfather had, if you could, General Motors would pay you to, like, if you could create a way to do, a new machine or a new tool to help increase production or to save General Motors money. And one of the things I remember my stepdad saying, because he did it, and then my grandfather, was that they didn't pay them the same that they would pay a white person. Did not pay them. And so you knew going into that shop that you weren't treated the same. You may be saving them millions, but they're going to give you, my grandfather had a friend that they only gave him a little black and white TV, and he was saving the General Motors hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And it's just, how they value us as Black people, and then how we have sellouts in our own community that devalue us because they will step on you to get to where they want to go, and they will lie on you to get to where they want to go. So the sellouts are real. Matter of fact, Mickey, we didn't got to this. Put up what a sellout is, because I don't know how we got to this, but maybe this is.
Hold on, let me go back.
And that is one of the things that with people that we have, and it's not just, and it's everywhere. And I think that will speak to Cat Williams talking about people selling out. If only way you're gonna get a role, and they say, hey, I want you to put on a wig as a Black man in a dress. I want you to put on one of them body suits with them big old floppy boobs flapping, your big mama's house, and like all Black, women, walk around in a house robe and a wig, and that's just not true. And then when they use the Black man to perpetrate what a Black grandmother or a Black mother looked like, this was Hollywood portraying what they vision, what they consider to be the perception of the Black family, that big mama had a wig and she was this, she would fight. And it's Tyler Perry's thing too with Madea. Madea carries a gun, underneath that is still, she's an angry Black woman. She wore a tether, she would fight. Now, yeah, we got some big mamas like that, and some mamas and some grannies, and I don't even think we got big mamas no more. The grandmas want to be in the club. They club.
You're gonna start some stuff tonight.
They do. So put that back up, some sellouts. I didn't get a chance to read it. So and I have no grandkids, y'all, and I want some. I got great nieces that I love. I love my great nieces and my nieces and nephews. Now my little sister Sheena's kids, I watched them kids for 12 hours, y'all. I didn't ask my daughter and my children for grandkids for like a whole month. Sheena Jean drinks some essence. Her kids want me out. They want me out. So when we talk about how people sell out, which is what Cat Williams was talking about, how and what you'll do sexual favors. You'll put on a wig and a dress, and you'll do things because you want to win. You want to win at any cost. So a sellout is a person who betrays something to which she is said to owe allegiance to. When used in a racial context amongst African Americans, a sellout is a disparaging term that refers to Blacks who knowingly or with gross negligence act against the interest of Blacks as a whole. Okay. Thank you, Mickey. So what people need to understand, all Black people, we are not criminals. All Black people don't like rap, we are just like any other race. We like what we like. Our culture is, we like what we like. And we as a Black society, I think a lot of them, and even in my family, I've seen some who, they think they have arrived, and they try to acclimate themselves to what they think the perception that they're going to be accepted by. And some of the things, like you don't want to talk about that you eat fried chicken, or, you have greens, like when they told Tiger Woods, when he won the Masters tournament, about, we're going to have some greens and fried chicken. Yeah, we are. You know why? Because greens and fried chicken is good. You darn skipping. You got some hot sauce with it and some candy yams and some macaroni and cheese. How about that? Okay. Now, they didn't used to eat oxtails. Oxtails high as I don't know what now. Those were the scraps of the meat. Okay. And then you get Rachel Weisz start searing and browning them up on her show. and now oxtails is higher than anything. So when we look at how our culture, we had nothing. Chitlins is so high they had to put a little safety thing on chitlins so you couldn't, people were stealing chitlins. Chitlins what was left over from now. I don't eat chitlins, can't stand the smell of chitlins, but it is my mom eats them, my family, and I don't eat chitlins. But our culture, how it's changing. They used to talk about our noses and our lips were too big. And what do? Kim Kardashian go get her lips injected. Now you want to have puffy, cute lips, And then they talked about our booties. Our butts was too big. That Black women were too curvaceous, and they didn't want the butts were something that you didn't want that. It was to be a more attractive woman was to be very slender, and to have your butt was to be a flat butt. Well, God made us with a butt, with a booty. You can't change what it is. But let Kim Kardashian, y'all know that ain't her real butt. It's not her real butt. Now everybody getting butts. What is the BBLs, Mickey?
I got one better for you.
What?
And don't get me wrong, and I liked and Travis Kelce, now his haircut, they call it, them been fades. We've been getting them fades. The tight end for the Kansas City, this dating Taylor Swift. I hate to just be putting that out there and saying that, but like when Kim's sister was wearing braids, remember when Bo Derek put them on Perfect 10? We've been doing this, but it's funny that when you're looking at it now, they calling the Travis Kelce cut. We've been getting them ball fades like that. That's nothing new. It's just
for a long time.
Yeah, it's just some of the stuff we seeing is like they taking it too far to me.
And they are. And I'm gonna tell you, I worked for a major department store, and you know where the test market was at? Detroit, Northland Mall. If they bought it in Detroit at Northland Mall, then this major department store would sell it in all of their stores. And it's the style, it's the music, it's the clothing. It's our culture. And you got Blacks, some of us who want to run away from it. We want to run away from it. You will eat pinto beans at Tonya Burns' house. You will. I got smoked hocks in my freezer right now, and smoked turkey wings, and some salt pork, because we use that to flavor. Okay, and yes, it's some chicken wing dings in my freezer. Okay, I make real macaroni and cheese. And listen, by the way, y'all, my macaroni and cheese is good. It is. I'm just saying. Holidays for Thanksgiving is dressing. It's yams, and it's greens, it's string beans. My family cooks so much, it'd be ridiculous. You gain 10 pounds just looking at the food. Beefsteak was given to Black trained porters as scrap. Porterhouse steaks are the highest steaks now. Sure are. You want a porterhouse steak now. And porters were one of the jobs that Black men who worked on the trains were porters. And that was a very honorable job if you were a trained porter for Black people, because we couldn't do certain jobs. But we got to watch out for the sellouts. I am not willing to step on anybody's back, and won't do it, especially Black, to climb to get to where I'm at. I got to be able to sleep at night. I'm not going to do it. Am I perfect? No. If I have to go back and apologize for something, then I will. And I have had to for some things. But what I won't do is knowingly, with the information that I have, I make the best decision. I will not run my race in the ground. I'm going to tell you why. Fastest growing demographic in the U.S. that is a family, I believe it's Asians. Then you've got your Hispanic or Latinos. We look at the race when we look at why they don't want the history told in critical race theory, and they tossing out books in Florida and in Texas and these other states. They don't want you to know where you come from. They don't want you to know. I know where I came from. I've been to the farm that my great-grandfather and his brother bought, or great-great-grandfather that they bought. They were sharecroppers, and my family still owns the land in Alabama. And our family goes back there. Matter of fact, we still communicate, and my family has the family reunion every year. I'm the only person vote every year. Can we do it every 2-3 years? but my family is that close. So when they showed up, I was like, that's my family. Because it's the love that we have. And when you know who your family is and you got the support. Now, we grew up as kids together. And as adults, we're still close. And it's a different kind of, it's not different. It's what it should be as the family. It's what it should be. So we done got into a lot of different things. Mickey, so sellouts. I'm not willing to sell out my race. I'm not willing to do it. And I will correct you on no matter what part of the end of the spectrum. One of the things came up that a text message, with my family that came, and Liddell Lewis said that I didn't protect her. I did not protect her when Dennis Pfeiffer called her a monkey.
Oh.
She did. Mm-hmm. She sent it back. And she sent that. Remember, at first she said she didn't know my family. She didn't know. Mm-hmm. She wasn't at the pool. They wasn't there camping in the tent. She had been nowhere. Now she got it. Well, my son had his birthday party. You can't have it both ways. You're lying. So she got mad because they came and spoke. They put her mother's name out there and then their names. And so this person, Linda Pendleton, keeps tagging them. I don't have anybody on social media that's tagging me in some nonsense, because you know what? I would pick up the phone, inbox them or whatever. Look, stop that, because that's a reflection of who I am. That is a reflection of my character. I would not do, but she's very comfortable and has been very comfortable with this for a long time. So before all this mess, what made me quit dealing with Liddell Lewis was the fact when she said that Councilman Mays called her mother F&B, and he did not. She told a lie. And so she said he said it in front of the camera. It was 3 news stations there that day, 66, 5, and 12. I asked the reporters and I asked the cameraman and I asked Judy. Jerry said they don't want us to have culture capital. That's true. That is true. And so I had asked them, did he call her that? Because I was going to go in on Mays. Y'all heard me probably say this before. Councilman Mays never said it. And I asked her while we were sitting in our seats during the council meeting. And she sat there quiet because she knew she was busted. Because Judy was like, I never heard him say that. I never heard him call her mother F&B. Why? Because he hadn't. Because she went to the extent to destroy his character. Council Mays is extreme enough. Whatever he say or do, he owns it. He didn't say it. But for her to put this lie out there to people, the same thing she did to Dennis Pfeiffer. When she's going to destroy, she'll put a lie out there because she's a liar. So she sent, and I'm going to put what she said. So she put my aunt's name out there. She put some of my cousins. And then my one cousin was, I guess, going back with the fake page, or because the person who was Linda Pendleton is not using her real name. I'm going to own what I say and put it out there. Be brave enough to put your name out there, and like you doing everybody else, so people can come check you, And so Liddell sent, back to one of my cousins, which I thought was, she's a very brazen person, because we got to remember, she cussed out Pastor Thompson not once, but twice. She told him, F you, you're a fake A pastor. You ain't SHIT. Shots fired, shots fired. She did it not once, but twice. Once he was still in the studio, when he said a simple thanks to, I want to send a shout out to Councilwoman Burns. She was Johnny on the spot, because that's when Liddell had told the people in her ward, second ward, she didn't have a shop vac on her back. And those people had raw sewage in their basements. And I just happened to be out, and he had called me and said, he said, how do I get a copy of the form so that people can be reimbursed? I said, I am actually out dropping him off. Where are you at? He was at McLaren Hospital doing the sick and shut-in. I said, well, you know what? Can you come down, meet me around the front, because I got some more to drop off. And I took them to him. And he just said a simple thank you on y'all show. It was on y'all show. And he was in the studio.
Right.
And she went ballistic. F you, how you go? You a FA pastor. She has a nasty attitude, and she's a liar. She is a liar. Habitual, pathological, and chronic. Now she keep trying to attach to me that I'm lying. No, she's the liar. So then she did it again at the Flint Public Library. He was coming out, she was coming in. She cussed him out. I said, "You're an FA pastor. You're an FA pastor." Now she'd have met with these pastors, and they tried to talk to her. She don't listen. Something wrong with her. You can look in her eyes. When RL be saying, "What you looking at up there in the ceiling?" Them ghosts, them demons. Them demons. She need to put a name tag on them so you know which of them demons is showing up. So she sends to my cousins, and it's gotten so messy because she allows people to bring stuff in here. It's the same, and she does with everybody. She went after Pfeiffer. She called seeing the what's his name? David Ritchie. Rashad Ritchie. I didn't get the wrong name. And said he called her monkey. We were all sitting there. First person to correct him and Councilman Pfeiffer has had a stroke, which he has been made fun of by Eva Worthing for having a stroke. And he said, what we were doing at the time was getting ready to remove her a seat, which Judy Priestley voted on to remove her from the seat because she was out of control that day, just out of control. And so he said, we have to address what we need to address is the monkey, the issue, in the room. He didn't say to her, Liddell, you're a monkey. That never happened. He didn't say, and Liddell, you a monkey. Liddell Lewis is a monkey. He didn't say that. We were addressing the issue, and the issue was her meetings are dumpster fires. So RL was the first person to say, sir, don't you mean the monkey in the room or the issue or the elephant in the room? Then Councilman Mays was the next one to say to provide clarity. Then Jerry Winfrey Carter cleared it up, and then I did. We all spoke to it. He did not call her monkey because if he had called her monkey, and let me be clear, I don't like Liddell Lewis. She doesn't have one redeeming quality. I still would have corrected him and went in on him because that's not what we do. I would have went in. Now with the handkerchief head Negro, she called herself a handkerchief head Negro and said, I will wear it proud. You can call me a handkerchief head Negro. Well, I can't defend you on something when you have decided to call yourself a term that now you want to say is beneath you. But she put it in writing. And we have put that up a million times, Mickey, where she called herself a handkerchief head Negro. It's self-hate. She said it to Tracy Whitty, who was a racist, and she agreed with them. Well, I will wear it proud. No, you will never hear me calling myself a demeaning name to satisfy or to fit in with someone who was a racist. I won't do it. And I don't just go for Black. That goes for if you're Latino, if you are Hispanic, if you are Asian, if you are Japanese, if you are Chinese. I don't participate in that part. But she called herself a handkerchief head Negro. She did it. I can't defend what you feel you are. You understand that you're that. You have accepted that you are that. And you called yourself that. I can't change your perception of yourself. Only a psychiatrist can. I can't do that. So Councilman Pfeiffer did not call her a monkey. So she has this victim thing that she likes to play and to build on. And so she puts in there, she sends back to my relatives because Liddell get people to do her dirty work. She's something else. So she sends back to him, I am very disappointed that you and your family will come down here to try to check me, and she put it in all caps, when I've done nothing and said nothing about your family. You didn't even go tell them to get her mother's name up. And I'm going to tell you, the Linda Pendleton thing, she sent it to the pastors. When she put a lie, she sent a text to the pastor. We had put that text up before, Mickey. And the text was the Linda Pendleton text. And then she had the fake text or the fake post. Then there was the real post. And she sent it to the pastors to try to attack my character. No, you lying little butt. No, I didn't do that. So she sent it to them to show, look, she said she was going to talk about, y'all talking about you today. I'm telling the truth about you today. And so she sent that to the pastors. I didn't send that post. Liddell Lewis sent from her own personal phone to the pastor's phone a fake text that she made up and said, I posted that on my page. Just lie. Just lie. So then she says, your family to come down here to try to check me when I've done nothing and said nothing. Ouch. You have my number. You didn't use it. But y'all want to come and check me over some bullshit that has nothing to do with me. I stand on my shit in all caps. I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. If I wanted to talk about you and your family and put it on the internet in caps, I will. I will in all caps. But that's not my character. Oh, yes, it is. That's your cousin. The same cousin that allowed another council person to call me a monkey. Did you check her for that? I bet you didn't. Regardless, when you're ready to have an adult and factual conversation, you know my number. Girl, take several seats in them little raggedy red pumps you wearing. I'm so sick of her. She starts mess because she's a messy person. She puts that stuff out there. She puts it out there. And she wonders how things just keep evolving. Her meetings are dumpster fires. They're dumpster fires because she's a mess. She's a mess. She don't stick to what she should be sticking to. She went all off into this. She told us about when y'all were talking about the chalet. I didn't think she could pronounce chalet. It was chalet and some. I'm like, why are we giving them a $50,000 and another $25,000 for a chalet? Do you know what a chalet is? You know, we're not just handing out money. You know, a chalet is a home in the Swiss Alps. It's like I call it it's a very nice cabin. You know, but just give the man the money. Y'all shouldn't be asking. No, because we're not handing out money to put chalets on the corner of Pearson and Fleming because that $25,000 they reduced it to. And she said, well, you didn't give him the money. I don't have to. My vote is my vote. And if someone is asking for $25,000 and $50,000, then they need to have the paperwork right. His paperwork wasn't right. No one could really describe. And so someone did send to me, I have to send you, it is a project in Grand Rapids that has these little, what's the little things, you know, I don't know what you call them, little tiny homes is almost what they look like. You know, that innocent, but 25,000 is not going to, that's a big program. So when I looked at her character, because now she knows my family number and she's texting and she called my one other cousin and, you know, it's then got messy because why? She does mess. Also, she needs to stop threatening people who signed that recall, tell them that, you know, they're going to have problems and they're not going to get anything else done. Help them and she ain't helping them. But not, we know that because you put out people, Liddell, in your own ward. You throw them out of council chamber. Who she did not throw out was the man who kept saying, you all, which is a microaggression when he was referring and pointing to the Black people in council chambers. She's never put him out. He's called Councilman Mays an asshole. She didn't put him out. You know, she didn't say anything wouldn't put him out when Doug Matthews was like telling him, like, come here, dog. She didn't put him out. She didn't say anything to him when Doug Matthews, when one of my relatives was speaking and called him repulsive. When Doug started yelling from the back, she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything when Doug was yelling again when I was speaking during my 2-minute council time. Her nor Candace said anything to put him out. She didn't say anything to Eva Worthing when she stood up once, not twice, to want to fight. She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. So her voice is often silent. And why? Because she does what they want her to do. She is their type of person. She's going to be silent. She's going to go along to get along. She will completely sell out her race to try to get on their side. Who does that? People will respect you for who you are and to stand on your principle. You don't have to call yourself a handkerchief head Negro. You don't. Don't get mad at Councilman Mays. You put it out there that you said you were. She said she was one. She said she's one. So she can keep playing around if she wants to. You know, she's making problems with herself. And, you know, she likes to make threats, you know, to what she's going to do. Now, she'll put it out there. She will. You know, she's a nasty person. She's a nasty person, you know, and then sharing the stuff when my daughter was called a monkey and you know, she never said nothing. And then she want to act like she the victim. She has passive aggressive behavior and something is wrong with her and she needs to seek psychiatric help. So I'm done with that. Now let's go on to Black History Month. No, we're gonna go on. People have been asking about the golf courses.
Got it.
What's happened? Because we have heard nothing about the golf courses. So the golf courses. And y'all click like, share, and subscribe while he's getting this up. Also, if you can donate, Cash App, hashtag $810 News Media Group, 810 News Media Group. If you can donate even $5. Now, these are shows just so that we can get information out to you, because any community, and especially a city, and it's an urban area, could be going through and have went through some of the same or similar things as Flint has. So the golf courses that come up, this is a big thing where people are talking about what's happening with the golf courses. So the golf courses did not come back through committee. They come into special affairs. So it was not in committee. And so the golf courses went out for bid. Everyone saw the man, John Carpenter, who bid $1 million. But the prior person who had them for a 10-year lease received 2 golf courses, Cursley and Swartz Creek, in the amount of $15,000 per year. So this one, so then it went out to bid. So John Carpenter built $1 million. There was another company that bid $42.5. This person who bid the $42.5 won the bid, and then we had Frank Percatit had bid $25,000. So Frank Percatit didn't get the bid at that time. So the company that won the bid, which was $42.5, they won the bid. So the city made an appointment to meet with them. They went in to meet with them, and they said, okay, you won the bid, but this is what we want you to do now. We need you to pay $100,000 a year in taxes for the 2 golf courses, and then $60,000 in capital improvement. So you're going to take that $100,000 and $60,000 plus it was 40 plus $45,000, which was their bid. So we up to $205,000. So they want to charge $205,000. Here's the thing. So procurement and how these bids go out, but they did not know that the person who had bid on them used to work for the city and dealt with procurements for forever. Rob Benzick, and it was him and his sister. Rob Benzick knows how it goes. Y'all, this gonna be a lawsuit coming. It's gonna be a lawsuit. So it was a big thing that how could this company prior get it for 15 years? They said they couldn't afford to pay any more. So they wanted Rob to pay, and Benzick and his sister, their company, to pay $205,000 per year. Now, Frank Percatit was saying it was $15,000. They could barely keep the doors open. They weren't making a profit. So Rob was like, since when does the city charge its own income tax? When does the city charge its property for taxes? And so there were some other things. So negotiations kind of broke down. So they had won the bid, but when you win the bid, don't you win the bid? You know, it didn't say in the bid you got to pay $100,000 and another $40,000, $60,000. Didn't say that. So now the bid goes to Frank Percatit. Can you put it back up, Mick? It is for $42.5. Now here's my question: is Frank Percatit gonna have to pay the $100,000 for the taxes for the 2 properties and the $60,000 for capital improvement? Because if he doesn't have to pay that, oh, look at it. Wait a minute. Blow that up, Mickey, because I'm looking at this. So an annual rate of $42.5. Flint is liable for all maintenance, repairs with expenses capped at $1,500. Should repair costs of the city of Flint will reimburse 50% of in excess to Flint Golf Company. Wait a minute. I don't see that 100,000. And I'm reading this with y'all. I do not see that 100,000 for taxes and the 60,000. What? It is resolved that the official will have to put into a management and maintenance agreement with the golf operation of Swartz Creek Golf Course. Actually has a bar too, y'all. So there's a liquor license on there. Of course, for the period ending December 15th. This is going to be a 1-year agreement in the amount of $42.5 a year. Okay, Rob and his sister had bid $45,000 and won it, and then they were charged another $100,000 and $60,000. So if you wonder why the city of Flint gets sued all the time, y'all, this is why. This is why. This is why. So They didn't. So we knew that they wanted Flint Golf to get this. So this is really looking like they made this happen. Who's going to go in and say I'm gonna pay an extra 160,000 on top of the bid per year? They didn't. This is the company who had it before for 15,000. So they were getting for 7,500 per year. They were leasing out the golf courses per year with the total for 10 years. And they were leasing, it was a 15,000 a year, and that was everything. Now they're going to be paying for it. We have a 1-year contract of 42.5 for the year. And I don't see that 160,000 on there. Okay. Is anything in the comments? See, this is why Flint gets sued. They just do stuff. They don't follow its own policy, procedures, procurement. Person, just make it up. John Carpenter got to have some good lawyers, I imagine. If he bid $1 million, he probably should. And then also with the other companies, ABI or I can't think of a Benzix in them company. It's the same thing because they actually won the bid. I don't see that $160,000 on there. You can bet that the feds are looking. The hammer will be dropping soon. And I'm gonna tell you, this looks like bid rigging to me. I mean, you make it to where it's not even possible for the company who won the bid. You attach an extra 160,000. Now it's gone. This looks like bid rigging to me. This is not good. This is that 160,000 is not there. And the person who leave that one up there too, Mickey, for a minute. The person who won the bid knows the process. And he's dealt with $1 million bids because he was our DPW director. He left Flint because they tried to screw him out of the $36,000 capacity building grant that was given by Mott. Well, Mayor Neely did. So he left and went to work at another municipality. And so now, where's the $160,000 at? So it's not funny. There is a difference between the two contracts. It's clear that they are what they are doing. Council should not approve the contract. Eunice, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. So you have two companies who bidded higher than the lowest bidder. The lowest bidder was the Flint Golf. They were the lowest. They were. And they scared off the other bid. This is bid rigging. I'm sorry. This is, and I'm going to say it. It's bid rigging. Definitely, isn't there a video of the bids being unsealed? I don't know if there's a video or not, but public is open, it's welcome. We know what the bids are, and we do know what the bids are. But then after the bid, they decide to tack on another 160,000, to that. So these are things that happen in Flint. Tara, do you think that Quincy is rethinking some things that is about to be recalled? He looked a bit scared at that last minute. Let's go to the next one, and I'm gonna talk about that. The second one, Mickey, that we're going to go into. The one with the resolutions. I think for Quincy, he was listening to Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter when she was saying, you had that Dr. King holiday for priority waste. You are their fifth vote. You are their fifth vote. You give them that fifth vote, and they wouldn't even give you a second when he wanted priority waste to be recognized for Dr. King's birthday. Now, I was not in my seat at the time because I had to go to the ladies' room. And I probably would have voted on that. But it wasn't meant for me, I guess, to be in my seat. Because at that time, by the time I came back to my seat, he had stormed out because they wouldn't even give him a second. Can you blow that up? So Quincy's, I think, is rethinking a lot of things. Because he's always been there for them, as Jerry Winfrey Carter told him. You have been their consistent, their faithful, most loyal fifth vote. Quincy Murphy has been their faithful, most consistent, most loyal fifth vote. So he had this resolution, amendment contract priority waste holidays. Resolution, the city of Flint adopts the resolution to support the priority waste, making the necessary amendments to honor Dr. Martin Luther King is a national holiday, and all employees who are contracted with the city of Flint to have a day off. They wouldn't support it. And then didn't support it, wouldn't even give him a second. They wouldn't even give him, he put a motion on the floor for resolution, Is there a second? They said it was crickets. They wouldn't support. His Fab Four that was left didn't support him. I would have actually supported this if I had let priority, because it's contractual. Let priority figure it out, but show support that they in a city that's predominantly Black. It is a federal holiday that they picking up trash in the city of Flint. Let's work it out, but pass the amendment, pass the resolution. They want to do things on per when it comes to something Black. The only Black holiday we got. They want to follow the rules. Let's follow the rules on that going to Dubuque, Iowa trip that they're going to. Let's follow that, because I am inquiring on who okayed it, because the city clerk said she didn't okay for Liddell Lewis and Candace Mushat to go to Dubuque, Iowa. So I want to know who's approving it. Because clearly in it states, and I think I got that in there, Mickey. Also, where it states, her job, Candace's job, and it said nonprofit. It didn't say in her capacity to go as the it didn't say in her capacity to go as the what's her job? Is the council person. Do you see it? Yeah, can you blow that up? Because what it states is, I'm going to read for the point where it starts, where they talk. It said, next, Candace Mushat and Liddell Lewis will introduce the Flint Community Lab. The Flint Community Lab will introduce the Flint Community Lab and its positive impact to the city of Flint. The duo will illustrate strategic actions the organization performs to target and engage the city of Flint as youth as a part of its approach to educate, empower, and advocate for water resilience. Now, here's the thing. We do have a water lab already. Now, this one, I believe, is supposed to train people. They need to really come update on what they're doing, because I'm going to put in a referral to find out what the water lab does. Because we have a water lab on Dordt Highway, which is the state of Michigan monitors, Eagle does. That's on Dordt Highway that tests our water. That's who tests your water. Out to the water plant, Dordt Highway. So it tells you identifying challenge. Can you go back down? Oh, it tells you who's gonna be there. Candace Mushat. No, blow that back up. Speakers. Candace Mushat, Flint's Community Lab Director. It don't even say she's there as a council person. It's for her job. Why are the residents in the city of Flint? Why is this coming off of a city council budget? She is there in the capacity, and she put this in the Flint Community Lab Director. You can be from any organization if this is how they doing business, and tell them you want to go on a trip. You want them to pay for your train, your plane fare, your airfare, your hotel, your taxes, gratuity, your food, and seminar fee. Don't forget the seminar fee. She's here from Flint Community Lab as the director of the Flint Community Water Lab. It doesn't say Flint City Council. It does not. It does not. So this trip should not be approved. It is not bringing back anything as it pertains to their elected or her appointed seat. Because she has not been elected. She's only appointed from her appointed seat. She's going in her capacity. And as it states up there in the paragraph, the Flint Water Lab doesn't state that she's coming, that she's representing the city at all. So the Dubuque, Iowa trip, they're looking into. And I think all the council people now want to know what's going on with that. I think they all want to know. And so, and it should be, because we can see that there, some of these people are opportunists. What are you bringing back? You're going in the capacity as the director of your job. Then your job should be paying for this. Job should be, not the residents of the city of Flint, not at all. So let's go back to Mickey. Jessica put up, agreed, especially when there is no money for homeowners improvements. Maybe they're packing off on that 50,000 or 300. Hey, Jessica, it could be it. Now, remember Judy kept saying, there's no money for home improvement. The money's spent. Where you gotta get it from? But Judy, where did y'all get that $1 million from that was on here that it just came up with? to give to the disability.
There's one question been in here. I seen a lot of people. I've been meaning to ask them earlier. Do you know the date the Mays will be coming back? Because that's what everybody want to know.
I believe it's March 28th, right off the top of my head. And
And
y'all say a prayer for him. They caravanned over there. We did this morning just to, they put some balloons. He has been sick with a virus too. To put some balloons and some things on, on his porch to show that, hey, you are loved, you are missed in this community, and that, you have people who care about you, who support you. So there were people who went this morning. We caravanned over there at the crack of dawn, y'all, literally. It's like everybody met up at 7:45 and went over there and put balloons and some teddy bears and dropped some food off. We had some people, Mickey Gale, she cooked a meal. Because people are doing something, they looking out. You gotta love your community, and people he is missed. So he should be back March 28th. Keep him in your prayers. He has been going through that. He has been going through that that virus or bug, and that last one, this was taking people like a month to get over. Some people, so so we are going to see. So, what was I getting ready to get into, Mickey? I done lost my train.
Go back to something. I don't know which one it was. You didn't, because we did the resolution.
We did the resolution
On the golf. We did the one for Quincy, as far as the priority.
I want to put up there because I want people to I want you to put up, because before we get to that, because when we celebrate Black History Month, we're gonna skip some of that. We covered that with Mickey. I mean with Quincy. Does he have regrets? He probably regrets that they didn't support him. I think he was befuddled that they didn't support him. He was looking like kind of discombobulated, like, y'all didn't support me on this, and I didn't support y'all on all y'all crap.
Right.
So right. So I do want to I want to put up, because when we talk about Black History Month, I want you to put up, because I want people to understand that I'm gonna call out a racist. I'm absolutely going to do it. I'm not going to be intimidated. If you speak against my color, you speak against my culture, I'm going to defend myself first. So put up again, because Doug want to keep highlighting himself as he steps to that podium. So if you can put up again where he put in the chat, that's what we were talking about, the when he made himself the hero, the white sheriff and with the white hat, where he you see where that's at in the live chat.
No, okay, I got the live chat with the baby on there.
Yeah, with the baby.
I got you.
Yeah. And he says, "Hey, snake bite." So he's calling the Black woman a snake. I haven't called Doug any names. I have not called him any names. And he states, "Hey, snake bite, fomenting racial hatred again. Just another day at the office office for you. By the way, your avatar is pumpkin color, not black." Now, this is a man who claims he's a social worker. He's a social worker. He fought for civil rights. You couldn't, because you don't even understand. He called me a racist. Black people cannot be racist. We hold no position of power in this country. We just don't. I can be prejudiced, but I cannot be a racist. So, Doug, you need to know the difference before you come trying to check Tonya Burns. Know the difference. So then he says also, in another one, he put, snake bite is a liar and the mother of lies. My parody of good and evil in the Old West had a poster, all right, but it didn't say dead or alive. What is a poster? You wanted dead or alive. It didn't change. And why are you making a parody of a Black woman? I've never called you a name, Doug. I have not in public. I was real surprised that some guy posted a cobra motif for snake bite 2 weeks before me. And in this very group, I guess character shows through. His cobra was orange too. So now you're referring to my color is orange again, Doug? And then you step to the podium and say, I'm gonna let y'all hear for yourself. I want you to cue it up to the 810 news media. Did I send that to you?
I don't think so. That's what I'm looking for right now.
I thought I sent it to you.
Let me go
The
back.
meeting this week. What is the word for the day, y'all? Chalet.
Okay. You talk about Wednesday meeting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What time you want me to go to?
I need you to go to 40 minutes and 20 seconds.
Gotcha.
Now he wants to be highlighted. So Doug, you get it. I'm gonna highlight you. You know, you need to stop this nonsense. And you claim you're a Christian or a minister. You know, what kind of minister does this crap? What kind? So that's what y'all better, you know, recognize who some of these people that y'all dealing with. I fought for civil rights, but we're gonna celebrate Black History Week. Doug, it is a month, Black History Month, and it's the shortest month of the entire year. We get one extra day this year because it's leap year. Leap year. As he gets up there, I don't know if he gets nervous or what when he gets up there to start spewing these lies, but he gets to shaking, and I didn't notice that. And two, I watched the video when other people were saying it.
You ready for me to play it?
Yeah, let's play it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Doug Matthews, and I'm a retired social worker from the South Ward. In our community conversations and debates, the words we choose have profound implications, shaping how we perceive and engage with one another. But words can be twisted and weaponized. A recent incident involving our city attorney, William Kim, and his use of the term housekeeping, a word universally recognized in business and day-to-day interactions as referring to routine matters, has brought this issue sharply into focus. This term, used in good faith and without any ill intent, became the catalyst for unfounded and nearly hysterical accusations of racism by Ms. Burns, both in a public podcast and subsequently in a speech before the EAB. William Kim, by all accounts, is a good family man and an effective city attorney. He is well respected in the legal community. To say that he intended to belittle or demean the temporary Oswald person as a domestic or maid is a gross misinterpretation and a willful distortion of reality. Ms. Burns propagated this lie, aiming to incite outrage and division, disregarding the plain meaning of Mr. Kim's message. Shockingly, Ms. Burns went on to politically exploit the historical struggles and achievements of Black women who perform domestic works under challenging conditions. Their legacy is deserving of our respect and admiration, not political manipulation. The deliberate trashing of Attorney Kim by Ms. Burns, akin to a cobra injecting venom into its victim, was intended to sow discord and division, rather than illuminate truth or foster unity. By twisting the meaning of housekeeping, Ms. Burns not only disrespected Mr. Kim, but also dishonored the memory of countless individuals we aim to celebrate, especially during Black History Week. Such actions erode the foundation of trust and respect essential for community governance, promoting division instead of unity. The integrity of our public discourse is critical as we strive for a just and equitable society. Ms. Burns, you must resist your inclination to weaponize race, gender, and now Black heritage for payback or for personal or political advantage. As Flynn moves forward, let's all commit to elevating our conversations, to honoring the legacies of those who paved the way, and to fostering a community where every discussion uplifts and unites. Amen.
Okay. Now can you go to, because now they think it's okay to take the word and that they can own the word housekeeping. What you won't do, Doug Matthews, is and to tell me what I can and cannot do, because it was my people, my relatives, who have cleaned people's homes. When you understand that housekeeping derived out of slavery, that Black people were lucky if they were able to stay and to be in the big house, the main house, the master's house. What you won't do, I got to get my battery and put it on. Mickey, so black my screen for a second.
I got
Because
you.
yeah, black my screen.
Family, Tonya will be right back. She just stepped out for a hot second. Oh, I can do it this way. She'll be right back, family. How everybody doing this good Saturday morning? Hoping y'all enjoying yourself with a talk with Tonya. She's back.
I'm back. Okay. What he won't do is come tell me a black woman who understands her culture where she came from. It was my people who had to clean up behind people. It was my people, my ancestors who were living on plantations, who were slaves, who took scraps to make a meal. What you won't do, Doug Matthews, is tell me how to honor Black History Month, not Black History Week. So when you understand where I came from, still don't feel free to come speak to me and to tell me as a black woman on how to be black. Don't do that, because I'm going to check you. You gonna get checked every single time. That you need to stop. You don't know how it was to have a black woman come home. The only job she could get, even if she was educated, was to clean up somebody else's house. Do you understand that housekeepers not only clean house, that some black women who were slaves also breastfed from their breast. The people who owned them, the people that they worked for, they couldn't even give the milk that was coming from their breast to their own children. So don't come for me when you don't know where I came from, and don't come for me when you think Black History Month is only a week. Okay? Don't. So let's go to on that same video at the 24 and 40 mark. So Judy, I didn't even catch it. So Judy want to be smart and say, we want to take care of some housekeeping. Let me tell you, the ombudswoman is a professional. She is in a professional position. You don't come and say to do the housekeeping. No one's going to say, Attorney Kim, you need to take care of your housekeeping. Why? Because you respect the position and the person. He was out of order with that, and he was disrespectful. You don't say to a professional housekeeping, and you don't say it to a black woman. What should have been said, Ms. Shacks, a little what we would like for you to do. There are some items that we have that are missing. Could you please forward us the items? You don't mention housekeeping. So when they try to use coded language and to be slick with stuff, no. I'm gonna check you. I'm not sleep what I'm gonna do. Not on my watch, you won't do it. So Judy says it, and she opened up because Judy is always in Attorney Kim's office, calling them up all the time. Judy's very close with Attorney Kim. So they band together. So if you want to be on the house cleaning slave ship together, you own it. So put up at 24 and 40, because she says housekeeping. She's the same person who said she dated a colored man and had black friends. Same person. I sang you all the time. Well, that's a microaggression, Judy. And right now you're showing some racist tendencies. Mickey, cue that up. You got it.
Yes, ma'am. It's already up here. I'm going to push
Let's
play.
play it. Where's the sound? Mickey.
Hold on. I'm listening to. Oh, you know what? My bad. God dang it. I cut the sound off. I got you.
Can you take it back?
Yes, ma'am.
Announcement.
Okay.
Thank you. I just wanted to introduce to the council formally and everyone else our new deputy city clerk, Miss Alicia Brown. She just got this week.
So did she say the housekeeping yet?
No.
Okay.
I just wanted to introduce her formally. So welcome to the city.
Welcome. We're glad you're here. As house cleaning manner is that our displays are not working again today. So our clerk will be maintaining
Okay, stop right there. She had the audacity to say house cleaning. See, they trying to take this and own it. The only people who can take back housekeeping and housekeeping is the group that has been disparaged. That would be the black people that you talk to. You got 2 black women up there, Judy, and you gonna mention house cleaning. These are 2 professional women in a professional capacity. You don't have the right to say that. Just arrogant. She gonna say, we have some house. She has never said that before. Not ever. Now, she's comfortable saying house cleaning. Attorney Kim is saying housekeeping. And Doug keeps skipping up there talking all sorts of crazy. Gonna tell me what housekeeping was, and we need to honor them in Black History Week. It's a month, Doug. Again, it's the shortest month. And so Judy now is chiming in because the racist is coming out in all these folks. I don't do that. If I do it, I want them to hold me accountable. Now, Judy's saying house cleaning. Attorney Kim is saying housekeeping. These folks done lost their damn minds. So put up the TikTok because we got people who protect them of Candace. Now, why didn't Liddell and them check them on this garbage? I mean, you can't make this. In 2024, you have people who represent the city of Flint, the city attorney, and Judy, the finance chair. She's comfortable with saying we have to do some house cleaning. You're speaking to 2 women who had just said she had hired another clerk who was black, the deputy clerk, and you want to say house cleaning? They ain't not no damn maids. They ain't there to clean up nobody's mess. We have some items that we need to take care of. If you can't find your words, Judy, Google some.
Hold up. Which TikTok you want me to put up, Tonya?
The one where she's at the ethics and accountability.
I got you.
Well, she gonna tell me I weaponize my race as a woman and as a black woman. When she tells me she had a known, she would have defended me. How could you not know? You want Doug's white racist vote so bad that you have sold your soul out? I don't want nothing that bad. I don't talk about race and color. I will talk about it when it's being misused and abused. If you want to focus on the work, leave the other garbage out. When we talk about people working in a professional capacity, you should have enough words to where you should have to use housekeeping, house cleaning when you're referring to black women.
I got you.
And Candace defended what's his face? Doug.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go back and get it. I took myself out of it.
I mean, this is becoming this cultural thing. You know, you got Liddell calling herself a handkerchief head Negro, but then she don't get mad. You know, she talking to a racist Tracy Whitley, but then she get mad when Mays did it. My thing with them, we need a team building. No one can bring that council together. You know, they got to stop doing the mess that they doing. You will not call me a maid or refer to me as housekeeping, house cleaning. You won't do that one.
Mm-mm.
Did you need me to resend it to you?
No, I got it right here.
The comfort level, I'm telling y'all, is just amazing to me.
Let me know when you want me to play it.
Play it.
I want to shed light on some things that I feel have been happening unfairly or feels a bit retaliatory against a resident of my ward, Mr. Doug Matthews. There was a meeting that occurred in which there were some questionable financial decisions from one of my colleagues. And ever since that meeting, my colleague has taken it upon herself to, it feels like it's a retaliation. Residents should not fear for their safety coming to meetings. Residents should not be retaliated against. Residents should not be called names and accused of things that they're not doing. We should not, and at the council, we use the word weaponize so often. So I want to say that colleague should not weaponize her position as a council person. She should not weaponize her race as a black woman, and she should not weaponize her gender as a woman. to create false narratives that could put people's lives in danger. I do call on my colleague today to certainly maybe change course, because there are a lot of things that are said about me that are not true, that I don't agree with, that I do not like. But what I cannot do is retaliate against members of this community, because they are still members of this community, regardless if we like what they're saying or how they're saying it. Now keep in mind, if my colleague was disrespected, and especially in a way that attacked her race or her gender, I would absolutely stand up for that colleague. But we cannot, again, weaponize these things against people. And please believe that just because we are Black, it doesn't mean we can't weaponize the current social capital that we have, with everyone being aware that Black people need to be respected. I wholeheartedly believe that we are in a good place society-wise as far as Black people being able to have a voice. But what we don't want to do is take that voice and begin to marginalize other people in the way that we're marginalized, nor use that voice in a way that when there really is an issue, people will not believe us, because we've already used that in a way that it was like, well, that wasn't the issue there, so how do we believe you now? And so again, I'm just here on behalf of Doug Matthews today to say that I would ask this board to review our meetings, if you've not already, and take a look at some of the actions that have been done toward him by my colleague. And just really, I don't know, take the appropriate steps to maybe make some suggestions as to what happens when a council person is retaliating toward a member of the public because they did not like their point of view. Thank you.
Okay, Mickey. Well, no, Doug's point of view was ridiculous. I'm not orange. I'm not going to allow him to talk to me all sorts of crazy. He's not going to say Black History Week when it's Black History Month. I'm not going to give him any passes. He's too much educated for him to come and make these faux pas like he doesn't know what he's doing. Doug is well aware of what he's doing. He's well aware, and told me I'm not Black. I don't know what color I am then, Doug, since you think it's really funny. And Candace, that was the stupidest thing she could have ever done. Her stupidity shined through. If I had known, then I would have defended her. You knew, because he did it. You were there before. You were there. So stop the nonsense. Candace is a liar. She's a liar, and she didn't know. Well, let me tell you how comfortable that they're getting. Mickey, let's put up I sent you one because here we go. When you got Black people who tolerate racism and racist comments and views, they become comfortable in it. And so they have people that they deal with. Eva Worthing put up, she called me a gal. Let's put up the definition of gal first. Do you see that? I think your microphone's off, Mickey, so I can't hear you.
Oh no, I'm I do this every time. No, I'm right here. It wasn't off. I just
And then after the gal, I want you to put up Eva Worthing's comment, because someone sent this to me. Gal, I'm gonna give a little bit of why Mickey's getting up. It's the backstory. My grandmother used to work in a store down in Atlanta, Georgia. She was a little girl. And the white people would come and say, gal, get me this. Gal, get over there and get me that. It is a very derogatory and demeaning term. It is the equivalent to calling a Black man a boy. Hey, boy, what I tell you. Hey, boy, get on over. Boy, who you talking to? It is the same equivalent as when you call a Black man a boy, when you call a Black woman a gal. So gal is a word used as a racist noun to degenerate Black women. Contrast with boy used to denigrate Black men. Racists are denigrated because these terms indicate the common thinking that slaves were like children and could never intellectually mature as adults. So gal, that was not gal. Mickey.
No, I got you. I got the wrong one. My bad. Let me put this.
So gal is a word used as a racist noun to denigrate Black women.
Let me take this down.
So, and the sad part is Eva has called Black people the Amen Choir, a cult, ghetto. I don't talk about anything else, but It's certain things you if I were to attack her race, which I haven't, she should be called, I should be called on it. You don't hear me making racial epithets. You don't hear that. You don't use me using coded language. Did you find it, Mickey?
Yeah, I'm finna get to it right now. Hold on, right 1 second.
No.
I keep knocking myself up out of Facebook.
Oh. So when you use these racial epithets in coded language, they're often you want to call someone the N-word. You use it in place of, look, be bold, call me what you think you want to call me, and then we'll deal with the consequences. But to try to be funny, gal is a word used, it's a racist noun to denigrate Black women. And I want them to see it themselves, because we ain't got to take my word. Just like I said, get over here, gal. And then get over here, boy, what you looking at? Boy, what I tell you to do. It's in that same term and way. It is racist. It is racist. So now put up, please, Mickey, where Eva called me. And she was going back and forth, because someone sent it to me. She was going back and forth with Kermit Lyons.
I got you. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put it up.
Now you have her good friends over there, which are Quincy, Liddell, and Candace. They're not checking her. So Kermit Lyons says, I actually never think about her, is what Eva says. No, she says, Eva says, because Kermit said, Tonya Burns lives rent-free in your head. And she says, I actually never think about her, but she sure does think about me and Liddell a heck of a lot. Poor gal. Racist. And she don't even mind putting it up there. She don't mind. She does not mind. She put it up there. So friends of Eva Worthing, y'all need to tell her, gal is a racist noun. You should not be using it. She teaches children at Westwood Heights School. She teaches Black children, and she's okay with using a racist noun in the form of gal, using gal. It's a racist term. She's using. Now go back up to where it says ghetto with the sign, where she just said ghetto already. She didn't call Black people the code, because I don't want nobody to take my word. It says ghetto remark by Flint Councilwoman. Can you put that up?
Give me 1 second. I'm finna find it for you.
She doesn't mind. Why isn't Liddell and Candace calling her out on that? I mean, how do you, as a Black woman, what about the if someone used a Jewish epithet wrong, or a Middle Eastern, or a Chaldean, or someone Asian or Japanese? You just don't do it. You don't do it. So why is it okay for these white people to make these comments? Judy saying house cleaning. Attorney Kim saying housekeeping to a professional Black woman. You ain't said it to nobody else. Nobody. Judy ain't never used house cleaning, because why? She's this close with Attorney Kim. She's going to take an act, no power to, we're going to embrace the word. We're going to make it okay. Judy, you're a racist for saying it. You make racist remarks. You got Eva, poor gal, racist, ghetto, microaggression. They use microaggression terms, and they don't have any problem with it at all. And Candace, what does she do? She goes into the Ethics and Accountability Board and defends Doug, who thinks that Black history is only a week. As we celebrate housekeepers, he said. A lot of these were educated women. We're not saying that they didn't do an honest living, Doug, but you will not be the authoritarian to speak up on it. You are not the one when you set up and told me I was not Black, I am orange. Okay? No. You
Can you send that one back to me, Tonya? Because I'm sure going through these.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'll send it back. This is the Detroit News. I'm sending it back right now. She made national news, Eva did. National news about the ghetto remark. Did it pop in there?
I'm gonna go for it right now.
Now she's saying gal. She teaches Black children in a predominantly Black school district. She has no business teaching children, not Black children, not any children, because she has some problems. Then you have old Alan Griggs who made some comments. I guess the big thing was, he wants to talk about my hair. Alan Griggs said my hair looked worse. Well, Alan Griggs owns the bed and breakfast over there in the 8th Ward. It's the 8th or 9th that he owns the bed and Knob Hill. And he's speaking to my hair. Alan Griggs, a former council person of the 8th Ward, spoke to my hair and that my hair looked worse now. You speaking to my hair, Alan Griggs? But see, all of these people, they run together. Did you get it, Mickey?
Yep, I'm putting it up right now.
Alan Griggs, who owns Knob Hill Bed and Breakfast, has a problem with Black women's hair. He has a problem with my hair. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And that's the sad part. They are not, listen, they're not hiding the hoods. They wearing their hoods out in public. He actually made the comment. I'm like, these fools. I'm trying to see who sent it to me. And he worried about my hair. Alan Griggs, you have a business in the city of Flint, a bed and breakfast, and you worried about and talking about a Black woman's hair. Something is so seriously wrong with you. So seriously wrong. So, Flint councilwoman under fire use of word ghetto at council meeting. This is Detroit News. It's Detroit News, MLive, Metro Times, Fox News. This was all over. And now she's using gal. The comfort level that they have is just remarkable to me. I've never seen nothing like it. Not ever. So now she's comfortable saying gal, ghetto, called Black people a cult. She called the Black people Amen Choir. I mean, they don't care. And old Alan Griggs is worried about my hair. So they said, Councilwoman Burns changed her hair. Well, it looks worse now. Look here, Alan Griggs. I'm going to maintain and keep it professional. You might want to back up off that train because you got a lot of things we can judge and talk about, okay? My hair has nothing to do with you. If I want to shave it off, that's my business. Whatever I would, and Alan Griggs continues to make racist comments. He does. And that's why people need to know Knob Hill Bed and Breakfast is owned by racist Alan Griggs. He's a racist. Knob Hill Bed and Breakfast in Flint. And he talks about my hair. He makes negative comments about Black women all the time. Me and Jerry Winfrey Carter. He's always saying something negative about Jerry and how she's not smart. Jerry is brilliant. Working on her PhD, has a master's, got a degree in chemistry. The stop lead out went up for a minute, but the comfort level that they have, you know why? You have some Black people who are willing to put up with a mess just to get along. Candace went on defended Doug. This whole group, all of them hang together, and they have their key Black people who will talk about other Black people. I'm sorry, I'm not in that group. I don't have no group that's going to say, we don't talk about people. I celebrate our differences. I celebrate all of my friends' differences. I celebrate that if you are Asian, our different culture, our different food. I celebrate our different holidays. If you are Jewish, I mean, I worked with the Jewish man, Mr. Firshman, for years, and him and I, very good friends. One of the guys who worked for me, Lal Kandahar, he was Indian. Him and his wife, she's a doctor. He worked for me for about 15 years. You celebrate the differences. I like the different culture. When you go to different countries and you're celebrating, you're taking in different things. So Jessica says, Mickey, please write Ms. Burns that this man called the former mayor racist because of unqualified white person got passed over for a job in favor of a qualified Black person. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. You're correct. And so when we talk about that, we allow them to talk about people. My race shouldn't have anything to do with it. The texture of my black hair should have nothing to do with it. The color of my melanated skin should have nothing to do with it. If I'm eating fried chicken, green sweet potato pie, it has nothing to do with it. Because you know what? I celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I celebrate other holidays with my friends and family. Okay? Okay? And when it comes to the holidays, because my family, if I deny white people, I'll be denying a part of my family because my great grandmother was white. And come on. And when I cook for the holiday, which my kids call me the holiday cooker now, I send over to the family that's white. I will make greens and I send my macaroni and cheese and my dressing. So and they send me over limoncello. Yeah, I know limoncello is good. That they make, which is like a liquor. And we share the food. We celebrate each other. But when people are allowed to say the color of your skin, and you have other black people don't mention anything, and if Councilman Pfeiffer had called her a monkey, I would have been all over him. But he did not. He was speaking to the issue. Because then we voted to remove her, and Judy Priestley voted to remove her because her meeting was a dumpster fire. It was a mess. And it had been like every meeting for like months, almost a year that Liddell was chairing, that were a mess. So Candace went and supported him, Doug Matthews, and they defended this garbage. Eva is saying ghetto gal. She's saying ghetto gal, amen choir, cult, just talking crazy. You have not, I don't engage in all of that stuff. I've never said a racist term to her. Now, have I called a Councilwoman Karen? Absolutely. Because, she called me a narcissistic asshole and all this other stuff. I generally ignore Eva. Something is wrong. And I never chased her around, no jail. She lied, went to try to put in a false police report before they told her, it's against the law. And you can be charged with filing a false police report. So, Mickey, and I know we don't never get to, let me go. And I said this was going to be the shortest show.
You did.
I said this is going to be the shortest one. Mickey, that was
the regular shows.
This was not true. This was not one of the shortest shows. Not at all. And did anybody see Doug Matthews in here? Because normally he likes to somebody asked, is it okay to talk about coming up resolution on the podcast? Yes, we can, because I'm not talking with anybody else. I'm not having a meeting outside the meeting. I'm on here. Because if anybody see him in here, look, screenshot. Lewis Smith is in there. Hey, Lewis. So, anyways. Oh, he said Miss Jan Marie will do that seat well. I absolutely believe Jan Marie will, and Jan Marie, yes, Jan Marie, I am supporting her. She will be independent. I have no expectation that she will vote the way I want her to vote, because she's an independent thinker. She does her own research, and that's what we want, and it was very clear. Leave that up for a second. So it was very clear that they weren't the voting in the 5, because when me and Jeremy Ricardo were asking questions about the chalet, the chalet, they didn't even know what it was. That Liddell was like, just vote for it. Give them people their money. Give that man his ARPA money. Hold up. Who are you talking to? According to the Charter and Flint Council, I get my time to speak. I get my 5 minutes. That you won't take away from me unless y'all like to do the call for the question. And I suggest that because it's going to be an election, I suggest they start doing what's right. But she didn't have them 5 votes there. She didn't have those 5 votes. And she went on a whole crazy rant because we were asking, what was your vision of a chalet? Because I know what a chalet is. It's not a chalet. It's not a chalet. I know it's a chalet. So what was the vision? And the pastor did not come. So what's going on with that 400,000 Flint County approved for the funding for the Catholic charities? Sacred Heart Village scheduled to break this summer. Tiny homes, the homes will be built across the north end soup kitchen. I'm not some more. Third ward. That was ARPA funds. Yes, they did do a portion of that was ARPA funds. And there's, I think there's 2 sets of tiny homes that they're building. I believe some are in 5th Ward too. And then also Quincy's Ward. I don't know exactly where they're at this point, but I know tiny homes, there are 2, I believe two sites in the city for the tiny homes. And so I'm going to make sure that we go back, because Mickey, it's so much to cover, but I want to make sure that we know it is not normal. We need to quit normalizing that it's okay to use racist terms. It's not okay. And that we do have to, we have to do better. And when it gets to where it's so normalized that people do it, can you put we're going to close out. This is going to be the last video. When Paula Deen did it, Paula Deen was really at the height of her career. She had the pans, the pots, the cooking shows, and everybody loved Paula Deen. But Paula Deen decided she got so comfortable, she wanted to call Black people the N-words. Then she wanted them to dress up like slaves on the plantation. And that didn't work out so good for Miss Paula Deen. It did not work out so well for her. You got it, Mickey?
Hold up. You want the news one?
Yep, it was one where it says Paula Deen admits you saying racial slurs, racial jokes.
No, I got it. Hold on. I got it for you right here. It was
when they get this comfortable that they do it in your face. She was doing it on her show. What happened to Paula Deen? She wanted everybody to feel sorry for her when them pots wasn't selling. And I'm gonna tell y'all, they had a pair of her red pots that was at Big Lots. Them pots was $200 some, $39.99. The whole pot said nobody was still buying them. That's the effects of when we stick together and do what's right. So let's play this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Jim, this story has exploded online, and it all has to do with a transcript of a videotaped deposition of Southern celebrity chef Paula Deen. Now, the deposition was taken in May, and it's part of an ongoing civil lawsuit filed against Deen and her brother by a former employee who, as you mentioned, alleges sexual and racial harassment. Now, according to the deposition, Deen was asked, have you ever used the N-word yourself? To which she replies, yes, of course. When asked for context, she said it was in a conversation with her husband after a Black man burst into a bank where she was working at and put a gun to her head. She later said she may have also used the word when repeating something that was said to her, adding, quote, but that's just not a word that we use as time has gone on. Things have changed since the 60s in the South, and my children and my brother object to that word being used in any cruel or mean behavior. Now, later on in the transcript, Deen talks about a restaurant she and her husband visited where she says the waiters were middle-aged Black men wearing white jackets and black bow ties. She was asked if there was any possibility that she slipped and used the N-word when discussing her experience at the restaurant, to which she replied, and I want to show you that graphic. She said, no, because that's not what these men were. They were professional Black men doing a fabulous job. Now, based on that experience, she said she would love for her brother to experience a very Southern-style plantation wedding. Deen went on to say that what she saw was reminiscent of a certain era in America around the Civil War. She was asked, and before the Civil War, those Black men and women who were waiting on white people were slaves, right? To which she answered, yes, I would say that they were slaves, but I did not mean anything derogatory by saying I loved their look and their professionalism. Now, Deen's attorney released a statement saying his client does not condone or find the use of racial epithets acceptable, and that she is looking forward to her day in court. The attorney representing the woman who filed that civil lawsuit would not comment on this deposition. Jim?
So Paula Deen, as that went on, she had said she was having this little hooray or party. She wanted them to dress up like slaves for this party. Paula Deen, come on. I mean, it was not necessary. She is then starting to make a comeback. But when you use racial epithets, it comes at you. It comes at you. And they use this coded language. Can you put up the coded language, Mickey? So coded language, and I had it up, that people get comfortable with using. What is coded language? Essentially, coded language is used as a blanket in order to express subtle sexist, racist, and other identity or related stereotypes without actually saying words that are considered outright offensive. Housekeeping is one of them. House cleaning, that they're now trying to own it. Your color isn't black, it's orange. Unlike other offensive terms, which would be the N word, which we know to be offensive, coded language doesn't actually make any references to race, gender, or any other identity markers. So it's an easy way for someone, whether they know they're doing it or not, to maintain a position of power and hold back people who are different from them without using super explicit language. Gal, that's one of them. So if you want to call me the N word, just call me one, and get it over with. But you're not going to call me ghetto. You're not going to call me gal. You're not going to say housekeeping, house cleaning. You're not going to refer to, when you're speaking to the city clerk, it's house cleaning, Judy. You're not going to say housekeeping to the ombudsman attorney, Kim. This is not okay. You have no women attorneys working in your legal department. You have one black man that's working there. Do better. Do better. You work for a city that is predominantly black, with a black mayor, black police chief, black fire chief, and you are using housekeeping and you feel comfortable in saying that? Do better. Do better. Mickey, any closing words that you want to say?
Oh, no.
This was not quick, Mickey.
Not, but it was, listen, it was something different and people needed to hear it.
This was not quick at all, as I thought it would be. It was not. So listen, I want to celebrate all of our cultural differences. None of us are meant to be alike. We all have different shades of color as we are on the spectrum. And I want to celebrate. I celebrate all of our holidays. That's why they put them on the calendar. And I even celebrate, I guess, Mickey, you say the pagan holidays, like I celebrate all the holidays. I celebrate all of them. So listen, when you see a racist, call them out. And like I said, I got a little emotional when my family came. I did not know that they were coming. I got a call at 4:00 that some of them were coming up there because one, they put some things that were up there that they shouldn't have. Don't bring people's family into it. My daughter has been brought into this. My children have, and now my first cousins. Only person who would have known they were my first cousins was Liddell Lewis. No one else knows. If you're doing identity searches, it does not say your first cousins. It say maybe a relative or likely relative. It does not say first cousin. So Liddell communicates with these people, and I believe she puts this information out there. If she is not the copycat page, because Linda Pendleton sent that, she sent a Linda Pendleton text to the pastors. Liddell Lewis sent it to him. She did it. So she cannot say she didn't know. And I addressed it in council, and she didn't say anything. Why? Because her behind was busted at that point. She was busted. So I do want to close out with that. Do we have, I think 810 did one TikTok of my one cousin speaking at the podium. Didn't they do a TikTok of that one?
I'm thinking so. I'm not for sure. Don't let me.
I think 810 did. Did they do a TikTok of it?
I'm thinking they did. I'm not for sure. Don't let me.
Well, I can tell you where it's at. Can we go back to, and we're gonna close out with this one, which is going to be at the go back to the meeting that was on Wednesday, and we go to the 51 and 20 mark.
Oh, 1 second. You said.
You keep pinning a person in the corner and going after their kids and putting my daughter up there and doing all of that. You can't keep doing that. You can't. People react differently. So it's at the 51 and 20 mark, right after Doug, and he went and spoke to Doug to try to reason with him prior, and Doug's not getting it.
I got you. Hold on, let me put it up here. Let me connect it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Silent anymore because I've heard so much and I've heard so many.
We may need to go back a little bit more.
Things that happened.
I got you. Hold on 1 second.
Doug Matthews, your comment was repulsive. It was disgusting. Doug Matthews.
Can you run it back? That's past.
Yeah, I'm getting right to it. I think it's like right. It's right here.
Okay.
In council, I could not sit back silent anymore because I've heard so much and I've heard so many things about things that happen here in city council. Doug Matthews, your comment was repulsive. It was disgusting. Doug Matthews, your comment was disgusting. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Anybody who stands for this, you are a snake. Liddell Lewis, you are disgusting. Dennis Pfeiffer called Eva Worthy the biggest piece of shit on the council. I disagree. You are the biggest piece of shit on this council. I affirm that I'm disgusted by your presence and everything associated with you. You are a devil. And anybody who stands with this devil is a devil. And that is my stance.
Well, Mickey, my family's been through a lot. My family's been through a lot. My daughter has been paraded across, her and her husband, in so many other different ways. My family's tired. I'm tired. Should this council do better? Absolutely. When you tolerate racism, at some point, something is going to top off. You putting my aunt's up there too, my aunt's name? Come on. Come on. Doug needs to stop. Dennis Pfeiffer never called Liddell a monkey. His family was threatened. They threatened to do things to him. He has 2 children. They put his children's pictures up there. It's wrong. It's wrong. I want everybody to enjoy their weekend. It is Saturday. I want everyone to have a happy weekend. Mickey, anything closing? And listen, from wherever y'all are, wherever you are, I want to send you love and, what city, state that you're in. And listen, race don't matter. We all here together to make our country better because, yes, America is supposed to be a melting pot. Allow me to have my space. I'm going to respect you in your space. You need to respect me in mine. Anything, Mickey, that you want to say?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Mickey, we needed a shorter show, but you talked about the Shay Shay Club, Shay Shay. And Will Smith, Jada Smith.
Well, we had to give him something different, give him something.
We did.
Yeah, we gave him something different, some national news, and then you went into you did your show.
Yeah, we got into some other things. So listen, all the views are the views of Tonya Burns, exclusive, not 810 News Media Group. But if you can click like, share, subscribe, cash up, and Mickey, I keep telling you, put the thing up. You don't have to have my head going across. You can put the 810 cash app up in the media thing. Gotcha. Listen, if you can get $5, you're on here. Help us to, make sure we can continue to do this, in the studio. I filled in for with Winters, me and you did it yesterday.
Yep.
And it was fun. I never done the talking and the call in, and I would probably never do it on my show because I'll tell them what them calls would be. But I appreciate the 810 News Media people who give their opinions, who share their opinions, and for those who stand in the gap for what's right. When your comments, when y'all eat them up and when you slay them. I'll be like, yes. I love my community. I love my coach. I love my melanated skin. I want everyone to have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. A beautiful weekend. I'm headed off to a meeting, Mickey. I got 2 more meetings. 2 more meetings. My Saturdays are not my Saturdays.
For sure. When you wanted the hardest working council people in the city. My
paycheck don't reflect that, but that's okay.
We can't worry about that.
Right. Listen, I do it for the love of the community. And I wouldn't change a thing, but they can put a couple more comments, some zeros in that check if they want to. But listen, I know because I love my community, and one day we're going to get to where we need to be. That we will. Mickey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We have had a long week. I'm going to holler at you, actually, Mickey, a little bit later on.
Gotcha.
But I appreciate each and every single person. I appreciate what you do because I could not do this without you. And me and Mickey could not do this at 810 without you, the viewers, the people who tune in to click, like, share, and subscribe, and to donate just $5. We could not do this without y'all. And we appreciate you every single day that you tune in. If it's the morning bump, and tune in Monday morning to the morning bump with Winters Hall at 9 a.m. Fridays with Clack and Carol Mack. We just gonna say Carol because Clack don't get a chance to talk. Carol, I love you, but don't get no because Carol be heated when she get in that moment. Then you got Sister Circle. Then you got, and listen, prayers for Trevor Berryhill to get better. Trevor has been fighting that flu virus. So say a prayer for Trevor to get better. I like Trevor. Trevor. And I've always liked Trevor, actually. So prayer for Trevor to get better, Trevor Berryhill. And the 810 News Media Group family and friends, we love y'all. And Mickey, we out.
Peace.